When I was young, me and my mama.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel, especially tuning into this video. I'm gonna try to keep it as short as possible, but bear with me. In the past, I've shared a lot of articles about this. The ones that really speak to me, you know, about anxiety or introvertedness and depression. But, you know, those kind of get lost in the mix. You have people who relate, you know, and they like it for that, or they share it for that. You know, I think, or I feel it's probably rare that, you know, someone takes it as face value, you know, like, oh, you know, this is something that Ferns goes through and I should make note of that. So I decided I'd make a video so you can hear directly from my mouth, kind of support that I need when I'm suffering from depression or anxiety. So first, let me start by getting into what it is to be an introvert. There are a lot of people out there who have the misconception that being an introvert means that you're shy. And, you know, that's pretty much it. You don't like being in social settings and, you know, that's just not your scene. That is not true at all. What it really means to be an introvert is that, you know, you can have great social life. You can be the life of the party. You can be a party animal. However, what's very important is that when, you know, the lights go out, you know, when it's time to head home or whatever, you need some alone time. You need time to recharge away from people. This is how we basically fill up our tank. In contrast, extroverts, they charge up by being around people. So they need to fill their tank by being around people. For me and a lot of other introverts out there, it's the opposite. You know, we need time to reflect. We need time to just, you know, get in our own heads and just become content with ourselves and our surroundings. And then we can venture out again and, you know, party it up. So it's important to know that I am an introvert, and there are times where I will disappear on you. You know, there'll be times where we'll have a great time, we'll party together, but then I won't answer your text for the next 2 days. You know, I won't answer your phone calls. That's my process, and I need that. I can't really express that any more clearly than that. It's not something that I intentionally do. It's not something that, you know, I don't wish I could do differently. It's just something that I need, and without it, I would become miserable to be around. I'd be irritable. My responsibilities would just get away from me, and I'd just be an all-around, you know, horror to be around. So that covers my introvertedness, right? Moving into my anxiety, you know, and this pertains to me lately because, you know, I've had a lot of different stressors come in to my, you know, my reality, my life recently, and it's caused a great deal of anxiety. And that combined with my introvertedness has caused me to withdraw not only from, you know, my friends, but also my loved ones. Right now I'm home alone because Danielle is at her mother's because she feels this is the best way to give me what I need, which is to be alone. And, you know, I didn't necessarily need the place myself, but I literally needed for her to pretend that I was not here. And for her, that is an impossibility. I told you a little bit about myself to give you a little insight into Danielle and how she operates. She's a very empathetic person. She literally feels things that other people around her are feeling. So, you know, when I'm feeling my anxiety, when I'm feeling my stress, when I'm feeling my depression, she feels that. I don't have to say a word, and it becomes a very strenuous and toxic environment for her. Even though, like, I thrive in that environment, you know, it's not conducive to her, you know, mental state, you know, and her physical, emotional well-being. So, you know, she graciously gave me the opportunity to have what I need, while she also gets what she needs, because it would be impossible for her to just ignore me or not attempt to help me, which is the opposite of what I need. So without getting too far off track, essentially my introvertedness combined with my anxiety causes me basically to become a recluse. I simply can't handle even the most, mundane tasks. I'm not sociable. I would rather be on, in solitary. You could put me in a hole and, I would thrive for the amount of time that it took for me to recharge and to overcome my anxiety. When this isn't the case, when I'm unable to do so for whatever reasons, that sends me into a depressive state. I can't recharge because for whatever reason, I can't be away from people. My anxiety is building because tasks that need to be done, because the world doesn't stop when when my anxiety is there, or when, I need to get away. I know these tasks are building and I can't get to them, so my anxiety just keeps on growing and growing. So I'm not able to heal. I'm not able to, self-remedy in the way that I need to. I become depressive. There are moments where, me and Danielle will literally get into an argument because we'll be in the same space, and I will literally tell her, what I need from you is just to let me work through my process. Just leave me alone. And, she takes it personally. And, this is how it affects a lot of my relationships. People feel offended that I don't want to be around them at certain times, or, I tell them that I'm best off, dealing with this on my own. I understand there are people out there who may be too proud to ask for help, or too proud to ask for, anything. I assure you guys that is not the case with me. I know what I need to get through it. I'm not telling you, I'm never saying, oh, I'm defeated. I'm never saying, I don't know how I'm going to make it through this. I can literally tell you exactly how I'm going to get through it. And all I need from you is just to accept that. That's basically it. That's all I ask. If you continue to try and console me, if you continue to, or if you try to, hug me, let me tell you, physical contact when I'm in that state is the absolute worst thing you could possibly do. I understand, I get it. There are people that want to be held, or that need to be held, and it calms them down. Just please, just listen to me. That's it. I don't want to be touched. It's absolutely, you're suffocating me. You know what I mean? You're literally doing the exact opposite thing that's going to make me more stable. I want to assure everyone that, I'm going to be okay. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, I'm fine, I'm okay. Things aren't fine right now. I don't think I'd be making this video right now if things are fine, but I know they're going to be fine. I've been through much darker times in my life, believe me. This is something that I chew up and spit out, I just want everyone to know that, my process is not ideal, but it is my process. And at the end of it, I'll be great. You know what I mean? Like, things will be not back to normal. I'll still have things that I need to accomplish, but I will be functional enough to go ahead and do whatever it is I need to do to complete any task at hand. I'm a fighter, and I've always been. I think people resent the fact that I can be a loner. And, there are times where I don't particularly need them, for whatever reason. And, I understand that could be very, very tough for people, you know, especially people who have big hearts and, you know, who are very proactive in trying to show that they are there for people, you know. I appreciate it, believe me, you know. It's not that I don't appreciate it. It's just that it just doesn't work for me, you know. I wish it did, you know. If it did, I welcome with open arms. But what I more so welcome is just that you listen, you know. And I know I'm not the only one out there like this. So I hope that, you know, anyone who shares similar experiences will comment. You know, you'll let me know what you're going through. You'll let other people know what you're going through. And I'd love to hear feedback. I'd love to hear how people similar to me cope differently, how they help their relationships, because, you know, this is not the first time, you know, this has affected me negatively in my relationships, even though I've been fully transparent about what I need and how I handle. So, you know, anything at all helps. But what I'll tell you will not help is, you know, telling you to just muscle through it, you know, to just, you know, just try, you know, don't shut people out. Like, look, listen, I say this often. My mom brought me into this world alone. I'm going out alone. I believe that you should know how to survive in this world without human interaction. You know, I believe it's a necessary thing to have social interacting. I believe it's beautiful, but I also believe that if we depend on it wholeheartedly and exclusively, we're putting ourselves at a disadvantage. That may not apply to a lot of people. You may disagree. That's okay. But I'm just sharing with you that I'm perfectly okay dealing with some things on my own, especially when I need to. That's about it. That's all I got, I think. Again, if you'd like to share anything, please do. I'd appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and know that I'm gonna be fine. Know that. Actually, I'm gonna be great. Cheers, guys.